Well, hello there. How you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine Crypto. I am your host, Vega, or SerpentX Tech. And this is a show where we go over the crypto news for the week. I know a lot of channels do it daily, if not multiple times a day. This channel only does it once a week because, we have a life. But Bitcoin is at 30K still. We're moving sideways. But we are kind of, if you look to my right, your left, kind of staying above this band right here, this trend line. We touched it a couple times here, so that's a good retracement, right? When we pumped out, we traced back down, touched it at 29.4, back out, touched it again. Hopefully we will continue up. But you can see we're hitting this resistance at 31.3, 31.4. And hopefully we could break out of that. If we could break past that, I think we're still in the bull run territory. But if we fall, if we continue to come back down to this resistance and we fall through it, then we're going to be stuck back down. I don't think we're ever going to see the lows that we anticipated. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, even myself anticipated. Where like 18, we could go down to 18, 16K. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think we're pretty much done with that. If anything, we might come back down to 20, but I don't see below 20 being in Bitcoin's future anytime soon. Very interesting. Not financial advice, just looking at the charts. I've been looking at the charts for quite a while. Even though I am a crypto miner, I try to initiate trades, always dollar cost average. Again, not financial advice, but when I have money, I haven't had money lately. So definitely when I do have money, I'm dollar cost averaging. But I'm also diversifying. I'm not just into crypto. I'm into traditional stocks, Roth IRA, 401k, all the stuff to prepare your family and whatever you need to for the future. The beginner's block, which I've featured on this channel every weekly stream, has some good articles. Like, for example, the Blackrock CEO, Larry Fink, sees Bitcoin ETF as an equalizer. We're going to talk about that towards the middle of the show. But we're going to go over some Bitcoin news and, Gemini, DCG, Binance situations. Because it has been worsening as executives continue to leave with the continued strain from the regulators on them. But yeah, it's not really a super positive day, but it has been a positive, week? Yeah, let's see here. So July 8th. And I will have the monthly most profitable video coming out next week, Monday, hopefully. But yeah, since July, the end of July, end of June and going into July, we've been looking pretty good. And honestly, July is usually a green month for us, just FYI. So we'll see how things go. I always like to zoom out instead of looking at the 1 hour or less or 4 hour. 4 hour or 1 day is where I usually look at my charts, and I'm always playing the long game instead of the short game. But check out the beginner's block. Link is in the description. No sponsored video today from Jingle Mining, but I will be checking them out at Mine Disrupt. If you are going to Mine Disrupt, if you see me, please give me a moment, especially if you see us recording. Give us a moment, and then please come say hello, say what's up, let's hang out. I would love to see everybody. I just want to get some strategic videos out, focusing on the specific items that I like. I'm probably going to have a roadmap or try to develop a roadmap. I don't want to just wing it, but it's going to be very fun. I got some new equipment that I'm going to be testing out. If you guys want a review of it, let me know in the comments as you see that new equipment used. Additionally, I have some updates about the vehicle, but this isn't about that. If you are interested, hit me up on the side. Maybe follow me on Twitter, because some of you already know that the Camry was totaled. We were T-boned while my son was driving to school, and it put us in quite a bind. Hence the reason why we're got in a tight money financial position. Anyways, moving on. Bitcoin no longer correlated to U.S. stocks. Crypto analytics firm Block Skulls. Hang on one second. How to pronounce. I suck at this.
Skulls.
Yeah, skulls. That's what I thought. A 90-day rolling correlation between Bitcoin and NASDAQ S&P 500 is now the lowest level observed since July 2021, according to data tracked by crypto derivatives analytics firm Block Skulls. So the 90-day rolling correlation of changes in Bitcoin spot price to change in Wall Street's tech-heavy equity index NASDAQ and broader index S&P 500 has declined to near zero. That's the lowest in 2 years, according to the data tracked by crypto derivatives platform Block Skulls. The correlation, is now at the lowest level observed since July 2021, when Bitcoin was between its twin peaks in April and November, says Andrew, a research at Block Skulls. The fall in correlation has happened as both assets have retraced losses sustained throughout last year's tightening cycle. The dwindling correlation with traditional risk assets means that crypto traders focus solely on traditional market sentiment and macroeconomic developments may face disappointment. Thank you, Retro Mike, for the $20 donation. You didn't have to do that, man. I really appreciate it. Look forward to catching up with you, and hopefully we can have a little raid on Micro Center. By the way, if you are interested in buying tickets, they went up to almost $500. But if you click the link in my description, you should actually save some money. I think they keep changing it on me. Like it was like $80 and then it was $100. So just check it out. Link is in the description if you're going to be there. Save some money as much as possible because it is expensive to get down there. And I couldn't thank my sponsors and partners who you will see in the future. Crypto Mikkel will be joining the team. And speaking of Crypto Mikkel, thank you for the raid. Back to the news. So this is a little chart here where it's the spot price correlation showing how Bitcoin and traditional stocks have become uncorrelated, which is good, right? I've been saying this for a while. If you're a fan of the show or the channel, that we really need crypto, or specifically Bitcoin, to not be correlated with traditional stocks, to go off on its own thing. And it seems that wish is coming true, but we have to pay attention and keep an eye on things as they continue to play out. Because one Black Swan event could easily bring us all back to center. The ETF narrative. The recent spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund, or ETF, filings by BlackRock, Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, VanEck, Invesco, and others have brought optimism to the crypto market. Since BlackRock's filing on June 15th, Bitcoin has produced a return of 25%, ignoring the range-bound activity in the U.S. stock indices. Per a individual that's the co-head of digital assets at Mark Solutions, the ETF narrative can be broken down into three main parts: front-running the launch, flows post the spot ETF go live, and validation of crypto as an asset class. Now, that's the biggest thing, is crypto kind of being validated in the eyes of many of the top investors, institutions, stuff like that. Investment product flow in coming months could be a litmus test for the latter, so I'll be watching closely, says this individual. The bears dismay investor interest in exchange traded products have increased since June 15th. Globally, Bitcoin ETCP or ETP experienced inflows of 13,822 Bitcoin in June, with the inflows kicking in after the BlackRock announcement on June 15th. So drawing more interest back in. But I have been seeing outflows from various exchanges of Bitcoin, which is good to see, as we want people to get their money off exchanges if they're planning on leaving it there. And Bitcoin touches a 13-month high, and Valkyrie refiles for the spot Bitcoin ETF. We have a number of individuals that I just mentioned, or institutions, filing for that Bitcoin ETF, with BlackRock being one of the biggest, Fidelity being the second biggest, but then we also have Wisdom Tree, VanEck refiling, and Invesco. So all of this is spurring some price action to happen, and we might watch this towards the end of the stream. All articles are linked in the description. Real quick, I want to say hello and good morning to all my crypto fam out there. As far as members, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being a member of the channel, like Retro Mike, Rud Puts, thank you for always wishing me a happy Friday. Magic Lucky, Kyle Rosa, Zay Pirate, Epic Home Solar, Automatic Beats, and Gordon Murray. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff. Here we have an article written by Sergey 17 hours ago. It says, here's what happened in crypto today. Once again, talking about the Bitcoin ETF, which is still a hot topic amongst various financial circles. But spot Bitcoin ETF won't be a game changer in the United States, says somebody from JP Morgan. Investors banking on a massive bull run following the approval of the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF will be disappointed, according to the analysts at JP Morgan. To understand why, we have to look at the spot Bitcoin ETF markets in Canada and Europe. These funds have attracted little investor interest over the past 2 years and have failed to benefit from investor outflows from Gold's ETF and JP Morgan managing directors Nicholas, I can't say that. The U.S. Security Exchange Commission is currently entertaining several spot Bitcoin ETF applications, including one of Blackrock. And the difference between the EU and Canada ETFs is that they're not BlackRock. If you've done your research on BlackRock, they usually get their way, and they usually are a powerhouse when it comes to the financial world. And the CEO has been doing a lot of positive press as far as cryptocurrency, especially as I mentioned before, where we have the beginner's block, again, linked in the description, with a title here saying that Larry Fink sees Bitcoin ETF as an equalizer. And it's true. He does talk about, a way to democratize cryptocurrency. As a matter of fact, how long is this clip?
And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the onerous problems of any one country, or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in. Let's be clear. Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency, and so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. I would call the foundation of BlackRock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today.
And that type of positive press is obviously drawing some additional interest, but not just that. Bitcoin ordinals volume has hit 210 million in Q2, rising, I believe, from around 7 million in the first quarter of 2023, up to 210 million. Now, that radar pins the quarterly increase at 2,834%. So, marked increase in ordinals interest on blockchain. But then also Vitalik praises Bitcoin ordinals for reviving builder culture. And that's one of the things we talked about yesterday in Raptorium's AMA on Twitter Spaces. Make sure you follow me there. Is that we've been seeing throughout much of this bear market, we've been seeing a lot of copy-paste situations, not really much building or innovating or developing something new. It's just copy and paste from another project, rename it, change the overall token supply, the ticket, how they're issued. And it's annoying me. It really is annoying me. I want to see some building and innovation. Now, Cardano, a product that's been around for a hot minute, has been consistently and continuously building, and people are wondering when are the fruits of their labor going to pay off, right? They really want Cardano to take off and pump, and there's a lot of holders of Cardano, but there's also a lot of participants in the ecosystem. Well, when you have projects like Raptorium, like Cardano, that take their time and want to build it right, and they're finding problems because of XYZ. Maybe there was something wrong in the code. Maybe they needed to redesign the code. Maybe it was better to instead redesign to just swap to a different code, like Raptorium did from Ravencoin to Dash. When you have people and projects that build like that, they're trying to build something good. They're not trying to oh, let's just throw something to get it out there and let the bots trade it so that we can draw in some of the whales and make money and then switch over to the other project. Because we've seen that so many times where devs hopscotch to different projects as they make their money, they make their returns, they get the heck out. So, I agree with Vitalik praising Bitcoin ordinals, even though I haven't really participated in Bitcoin ordinals or BRC20 tokens. I do think it's a positive for Bitcoin, even though I know a number of you would disagree that ordinals is a positive. But, with the BlackRock CEO going on stage in some of these news outlets, regardless of who it's with, I think is a positive indicator, and it's going to kind of validate and legitimize crypto, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, in the common household here in the United States and hopefully throughout the world. Moving on, we got Storj, Filecoin, and Solana that lead the first week of July crypto market gains. Storj, very interesting to me. Let me go and see if we can go pull up the summary for this guy here. Filecoin, storage, cloud assets, cloud decentralized computing or assets tokens are very interesting to me. I know a number of people that are in Filecoin. What's up, custom computing? But yeah, Storj, pronounced storage, is an open source cloud storage platform. Basically, it uses decentralized network of nodes to host users' data. The platform also secures hosting data using advanced encryption. It was founded by Sean Wilkinson in 2014, blah, blah, blah. It's a decentralized cloud storage network. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And then Filecoin is kind of the same. Kind of the same. So distributed computing. And Filecoin aims to store data in a decentralized manner. So decentralized cloud storage, unlike cloud storage companies like Amazon or AWS, Cloudflare, Google, where it's very centralized. These type of assets or cryptocurrencies or projects are working to decentralize file storage, so that way you're not having to rely on a central, state observed cloud platform. Because obviously, if the government decided to go to AWS or Microsoft or whoever you're keeping your cloud storage on, they can surveil / subpoena or pull that data for themselves, unfortunately. A lot of people like to own their own stuff, right? So, for example, on my system, if you're not familiar, I just updated the drives in here. So I have a 20 terabyte drive, which is really only 18.1 terabytes after provisioning. And I have another 20 terabyte hard drive. So that's 40 terabytes just in this system alone, plus 120 in the NAS that I like to store my data. Very important pictures, maybe of my daughter who passed away at the young age of 3. Family memories, my boys, important documents to me, resumes, anything like that. I don't want to store on a cloud platform. I don't want people to have access to it, just in case, they get compromised and then somebody data dumps it. I just want to have control of it, of my own stuff. And as you can see, I do have terabytes of storage. Really, I need a server rack, but I got 2 boys and a full house, so good luck with that. But anyways, these protocols or these currencies are doing pretty good. The native token of Storj spiked to 43% on Tuesday, and although it has retreated or retraced slightly, it has recently gained 15% over the last 7 days. Filecoin, a competitor of Storj, was almost a 2 billion market value compared to Storj at 145 million. Also gained 12% over the last 7 days. Storj is one of the few competing crypto-backed cloud storage platforms and is often described as an alternative to cloud storage platforms like those offered by Amazon, Google, blah, blah, blah. So Filecoin is also a decentralized protocol that enables users to rent out spare storage on their computer. So I can allocate the space that is not being used by this 20 terabyte drive to these protocols, which I may do. Maybe we might do it in a future video, but I got other projects in the pipeline, so you're just gonna have to bear with me, okay? Thank you very much for your patience. But there are more causes for this optimism on the back of the ETF filing, but there's no guarantee that they will yield a positive outcome, even if the chances are enhanced by the backing of those involved. It could also be a lengthy process, which may explain the stall we have seen over the past couple of weeks. Solana has also posted considerable gains on the week, rising 12%, and Sol up to 8% on Friday. All right, so 12% on the week, but 8% on Friday alone. The head of digital asset research data, Fundstrat, said that it's not clear what the catalyst is, but it's possible that conditions became super oversold in the wake of the Robinhood forced selling, and now we're regressing back to the prior support levels, where Solana, again, some of the tokens that the SEC, put on their notice to Binance or their suit or whatever the heck you want to call it to Binance, Coinbase, and whoever, saying these assets are securities, people on those assets, obviously switched over into Bitcoin and Ethereum, which weren't on that paper, but also various places like Robinhood delisted those assets, which obviously brought the price further down. So let's do a quick poll. Bitcoin bull run incoming. Quick poll as we say hello to the people who are just joining us. Bear with me 1 second. Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Yes. No. Not yet. Or what else can we do? Never. I'm going to be super pessimistic. There you go. We got a poll up for the community. Please go vote. Thank you for the, 5 memberships. Thank you for providing 5 memberships, Retro Mike. You don't have to do all that, man. I appreciate it, though. I really do appreciate all the help and support that the community provides. So welcome to the channel for some that have just joined. Chili, what's up, man? Look forward to catching up with you in Mind Disrupt. Again, link is in the description if you want to buy tickets for a little bit cheaper. Paul B, CSM Exploration, Swamp 7. Thank you for stopping by. Neo Morpheus, Sam Fisher, Gordon Murray. I think I already said your name. I'm farming Chia. Does that count for storage? Yeah, I'm still farming Chia too. Matter of fact, let's, what is it? Pool. Space pool. Serpent. Oh yeah, the power went off. The power went off, so I need to probably go check. The account has been receiving some or all of his rewards due to farming on at least one outdated client. All right, so I need to update the client. Power went out, probably went back in time. Let's take a quick look at what's going on, but answer the poll. Do you guys think we're in the bull run already? Do you believe that it's not here yet, or it's never going to happen? Let me know. Sound off in the poll right now, and we'll take a look at that here in just a moment. I'm going to pull up the NAS real quick, and let's, where are we at? We're right there. Okay. There's a song I got stuck in my head, and you're going to understand why here in just a minute. Let's see here. Restore. Chia.net. Downloads. Yeah. 18.2. 18.2. 18.2. Which one are we on? It went back. Oh no, it went back. It went back very far. My bad. Sometimes when the NAS shuts down, because the way I have it set up, it like backtracks. I think because when I woke up this morning, it was still stuck on the loading up aspect. It's running on Windows 10. And sometimes when it does that, it likes to retrace and go back to whatever. All right, agree. Yep. All right, is my Flux node back online? Yes, my Flux node is back online. All right, good. Jazz miner, Bitcoin solo miner, Doge miners are online, hopefully. Do I got to restart power? No, we're good. And Bitcoin ASIC is back online. Good deal. All right, cool. Let's get Chia back up. Thank you for saying Chia. because otherwise I would have not saw this to later on in the stream. All right, so that one's good to go. Let's get out of here. Back to the Bitcoin bull run, whether or not you believe it is active or not. So it looks like Binance CEO CZ reveals when the bull run will be here, but has delivered. So they delivered a prediction on the next Bitcoin bull market in a July 5th Ask Me Anything session on Twitter. CZ covered BlackRock's intention to enter the crypto market. We all talked about that. BlackRock, ongoing regulatory regulation or action, Okay, CZ explained that the price of Bitcoin has historically moved in a 4-year bull cycles, or 4-year bull cycles, and his best bet is that this would continue to occur. And look at the dates. Well, he admitted that he couldn't see the future. CZ emphasized the upcoming Bitcoin halving event in 2024 and declared 2025 to be the most likely year of the next bull market, which is true, because usually after the halving, about a year after, is when Bitcoin will reach new all-time highs. This is just the cycle. This is something that's been happening for many years. I know many of you joined in 2017, but if you go back in time, it's been happening for many years. And it's not just Bitcoin, it's other cryptocurrency assets that are having a halvening. That are having a halvening. And matter of fact, Litecoin is coming up here soon too. I've been trying to do a video on it, but I've been slacking. Well, how much time? We got 25 days. So yeah, I'll do a video before the 25-day mark. But yeah, I agree with that. So 2024 is going to be a major situation here in the United States, right? We got the presidential election. I believe that after that presidential election and the Bitcoin halving, the two together will usher in hopefully a new era in crypto, especially for Bitcoin, as we continue to move forward and push up into the bull market. So is the bull market here right now is the poll question. And I tend to agree with you. Not yet. Good job, guys. Good job. I got a bunch of smart watchers. You guys are wonderful. You guys are all intelligent. Love it. All right, so the year after Bitcoin halving is usually the bull year, which we agree. Blah, blah, blah. Talking about the ETF and CZ and legal blah, 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 and regulation and SEC sucks dick. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad. Sorry, Gary. It's just you. I mean, never mind. Anyways, crypto firm Gemini sues DCG after conflict over units restructuring deal. Now, DCG seems to be getting hit from both sides, because I see another article here where Three Arrows Capital Liquidator may try to claw back about $1.2 billion from DCG. So, what? Cryptocurrency exchange Gemini, the largest creditor of bankrupt crypto lending firm Genesis, sued parent company DCG and its CEO the day after DCG missed the exchange's deadline for agreeing to restructure a deal for the venue's capital firm troubled unit. DCG and Gemini, two prominent players in the crypto industry, have clashed several times over the past few months following the collapse of Genesis, which filed for bankruptcy in January. The lawsuit alleges that DCG and its CEO, Barry Selbert, misrepresented the accounting treatment of certain liabilities that DCG assumed from Genesis as a result of losses Genesis suffered from the collapse of Singapore-based crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital in June 2022. Any suggestion of wrongdoing by DCG or any of its employees is baseless, defamatory, and completely false from the date. This is a quote from day one. DCG has remained committed to reaching an admissible solution for all parties to the Genesis bankruptcy, says a spokesperson. So the dispute between Gemini and DCG came to a head earlier this week as Gemini set a deadline for DCG to agree to a restructuring deal by Thursday afternoon. Gemini's co-founder, the Winklevoss brothers, had said that after the deadline, the company would sue DCG and Selbert. Although the lending unit of Genesis had initially outlined a plan to exit the bankruptcy by May, it has yet to reach an agreement on a restructuring plan with creditors to whom it owes more than $3 billion, according to court filings. Gemini is seeking to recoup more than $1.1 billion from Genesis. So that's $1.1 billion from Genesis, and then Three Arrows Capital, $1.2 billion. So it looks like on a July 7th report, confidential report, the Liquidator that CoinDesk reviewed referred to more than 1 billion of prospective claims against DCG and its Genesis lending subsidiary, consisting of both preference claims and claims which have resulted from issues around the precipitation, I don't know, of a loan and security documentation. And also noted that more than 220 million of preferred payments to BlockFi. So yeah, you know, this is stemming off of the collapse of the Terra Luna situation, right? That this is where these blocks fell, not because of FTX. FTX was a completely different ball game, or a whole nother story. So like Celsius, Three Arrows Capital, Gemini, any of these, BlockFi, if you had any assets on these platforms, I wouldn't expect to get it back, but we'll have to see how things pan out. The issues for Binance continue. We talked about this last week's stream and again the previous. Binance executives exit as regulatory heat on the largest crypto exchange intensifies. Now that's a Bloomberg article, which obviously you need to pay for. So I have another one that you don't have to pay for. Crypto exchange Binance hit by executive exodus. It looks like a string of executives have quit Binance, according to their tweets and media reports. And this is one of the latest blows of the world's largest. Why do we got to keep saying what they are? As it battles the slate of legal and regulatory headaches, Chief Strategy Officer Patrick Hillman said in a tweet on Thursday that he was leaving the exchange, citing personal reasons. Stephen Christie, a compliance executive who joined Binance in May 2022, also tweeted Friday that he was leaving, saying he was tired and that he needed to lose some weight. And here are the two that you can see here. General Counsel Hung also quit. Fortune and Bloomberg News reported on Thursday, with both outlets citing a person familiar with their departure. Then we also have the chief business officer that left. Binance has not immediately responded to a request for comment on their resignations. Neither did anybody else reply to Reuters via LinkedIn. And the U.S. regulators going after the CZ and Binance has put a lot of pressure. Not to mention what's going on in Australia, Australia, France, Belgium, or the Netherlands. Like, there's just so much crap. So you can see here, CZ posted a tweet. That's probably a thread of some type. He says, more FUD about the departures. Yes, there's a turnover at every company, but the reasons dreamed up by the news are completely wrong. As an organization has grown, blah, 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 yada, yada, whatever. I'm sure that if the accusations against Binance or CZ, respectively, are true, that the people involved might be a bit in trouble, maybe, possibly. I don't know. We'll have to see. Speaking of Twitter, where's it at? Where is it at? Where's the link? I want the link. There it is. All right. So I want a online Twitter community, because we know Son of a Tech, Rabbit Mining, and a few others have their own individual communities. I respect that. I'm not trying to compete. But I want a singular place where all of us, where all of us, the at-home miner, the mid-scale miner, the large-scale operations, the mining ASIC manufacturers, distributors, vendors, crypto projects, companies, or otherwise, all to have one place where we can reach one another. Okay, so I created a community on Twitter, and I really would like your help making it the official crypto mining community of Twitter. Because we all know that crypto Twitter can be a little bit toxic. And a lot of the stuff on crypto Twitter may not actually pertain to what we care about, which is crypto mining. Now, crypto mining isn't the only thing that I care about. I do care about cryptocurrencies and crypto projects and various stuff like that. But I want to focus this community on crypto mining and proof of work coins, projects, assets, big companies. So I would love to have ASIC manufacturers, ASIC jungle, Musk miners, everybody. Please join. It's restricted right now. I'm adding moderators. If you send in an application, we'll add you, and then you can invite others if you want to. It's just got to be approved. and I am looking for people I trust, people I know personally, to help moderate this crypto mining community. But I want this to be a one-stop shop kind of deal. So please check it out. I linked it in the live chat. And we'll go from there. If you want a Threads community, go for it, Retro Mike. You can make your own. But this is the official crypto mining. ASIC, FPGA, GPU, CPU, does not matter. But let's grow this baby, guys. Come on, let's grow this baby. All right. So more fun about Binance. I don't know why this is becoming popular news again, but we already knew that Tom Brady lost 30 million in the FTX collapse. You know, Giselle lost millions. We know a number of celebrities who lost millions or obviously got in trouble because of promoting FTX or whatever. But for some reason, this became very popular all over again yesterday, especially the fact that Taylor Swift agreed to a partnership with FTX, but then the crypto exchange bailed. So the agreement was never officially signed. It seems that people at the FTX, the executives at the FTX firm, advised Sam Bankman-Fried not to sign it, not to complete the agreement with Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift, as people said on news, was one of the smarter celebrities to challenge or ask a tough question of SBF FTX. Like, you know, aren't these unregistered securities? And a lot of people gave her credit for that. And it's probably through her family, who obviously her father being in the financial sector. But the Swifties win on this one. Good job, Swift fam. By the way, this is one of the songs that got stuck in my head. I don't know why. Like as soon as I started reading about this article, the Taylor Swift song got stuck in my head. I just can't get it out. I gotta think of something else. But if I start singing it, then you guys are gonna get stuck in your head. I don't want to do that to you. So anyways, you know, we know about Tom Brady. We know about the various celebrities who promoted or worked with FTX, who may be facing ridicule or whatever, like Stephen Curry, Naomi, Larry David, so on and so forth. But Taylor Swift could have got 100 million from FTX SBF, and they didn't go through with it, so she got off. I mean, she didn't get off. She was going to do the deal. It just wasn't completed. I think that was a good thing for her. I really do think. So, again, good job to the Swift family, the Swiftie army, whatever you call your name out there. Do not come after me. I am just a person. Please. Anyways, moving on. BlackRock CEO turnabout on Bitcoin elects cheers and skepticism of crypto cred. So, the changing of their tune is what a lot of the crypto community are kind of skeptical of. It's like, oh, right, dude. I mean, earlier you were like talking ish, and now you're gonna try to be bros. Like, nah, man, get out of here, get out of here. But again, as I mentioned in previous videos, I think the ETF is positive. BlackRock tends to get their way, regardless, whatever, and I do think it's positive because it's going to open the doors for new money to enter the space, get involved, and for the Bitcoin price to move up to new all-time highs, further legitimizing and validating Bitcoin. However, I don't want them to own it all. I want to make sure, like, I would love for each of you watching right now or watching later to have one Bitcoin, at least one Bitcoin, because we know not every millionaire out there will be able to own one Bitcoin when the time comes, or in the end of at the end of the day, week or month or year. So for us to keep stacking up Bitcoin is a good thing. And I know many of my colleagues, especially those OGs in the space, have a multitude of Bitcoin, and I wish them nothing but the best. They took some profits in the 2017 bull run, and probably the most recent uptick, and I ain't hating. Do what you need to do. I'm going to try to do my best to get back to where I was originally, but there's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to get back the amount of Bitcoin I had originally due to my idiotic, youthful stubbornness. Well, not even stubbornness. It's just being stupid. Let's just say I used to be a F-boy back in the day. Real stupid. But I've matured. I took care of business, went to school, had kids, went to school, and I'm a different person than I was back then. So, anyways, I'm still skeptical of these Wall Street people jumping into the scene saying they love crypto when they were prior, talking ish, and now they're changing their tune. But we'll see how things will turn out. We got Jim Blanco or Binko here saying that crypto is losing the plot. It's supposed to be about decentralized, permissionless, and self-sovereignty. Getting excited that it's going to become more accessible poker chip is nice and will help degens in the short term, but it will not help fulfill the real promise of crypto, which is to bank the unbanked, to be the people's money. And I do agree with that. Remember, now, as I mentioned before, and I'm going to keep saying it, you guys might as well start a drinking game anytime I say as I mentioned before. But when the FBI wanted to have a meeting with Satoshi backed off, took his name off the website, the form, paper, the white paper. And that meeting happened because he knew once the government started getting involved, it was going to be their toy, right? Like we're playing in a sandbox, we got a new toy, we're enjoying it, and here comes the governments of the world. Oh, you got a new toy? I'm gonna take it and make it mine. And that's something that I just listened to with Coin Bureau, is the global CBDC, right? They want a global digital currency that different ledgers, like China, China will have its ledger, Japan will have its ledger, Australia will have its ledger, but there will be a global ledger that all banks, institutions, and countries would utilize. Obviously, KYC, know everything about you, what you're spending it on, what you're doing with it, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like an international credit card, which actually wouldn't be too bad. But I mean, credit cards are international anyways. But yeah, it's coming. How they're going to implement it is very interesting. Some of the security concerns I have for it hasn't really been addressed. They say they're going to have the top level security, but we know there for every lock there is a key, so there's a way to exploit it. But this is basically letting Wall Street take over our territory. Like, the whole point of crypto was to dethrone Wall Street, but instead I don't know. It feels like crypto has become Wall Street, and Wall Street has become crypto, unfortunately. The suits are in the game. We were against the suits at the beginning. It's kind of like GameStop. Remember, it was the retail investors against the suits, against the big companies, and they got wrecked. They learned from it, and then they switched sides. So now they're playing on the side of the retail investor, trying to take advantage of the situation and not advantage of the situation, but play the game. Play the game of money, which is really what those guys care about, is money. How can they make their investors money, their institution money? How can they get a better raise because they brought their bank a lot of money? And so it feels like the suits are us. But I also wear a suit myself, just not all the time. I'm just not a suit. I'm not a financial guru. I'm just a person that is trying to diversify my portfolio for the future, so that way I have money to rely on for my family if need be. But we'll see. What do you think? Crypto's pledge to dethrone Wall Street, but we're getting swallowed instead. Have a good hard think about that. I think we still have a fight. I think we can still dethrone them. I think we can, as we said, Bitcoin is becoming decoupled from the traditional stocks. I think we still have a chance to make crypto its own thing. Bitcoin is crypto, but it's not the only cryptocurrency. And there's other cryptocurrencies out there that are going to do really good. Just to name a few, not financial advice: Caspa, Dynex, Flux, maybe with the proof of work and some of the changes they're doing. But there's a number of other cryptocurrencies out there. And it feels like they're taking the one big boy, right? The top dog, and trying to make it their own. So we'll see how things pan out in the future. But that's one thing that kind of irks me. I'm happy that it's brought an excitement towards Bitcoin. The price is going up. It's doing good. But I don't want it to be controlled by these centralized entities. And I don't think it will because, you know, from a mining perspective, it will always remain decentralized. But they're still going to try to control it. The governments and the feds and various organizations. I think they're going to have a hard time controlling it, but they're still going to try to control it, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm just going on a rant. I'm sorry. So Polygon Labs promotes Byron to CEO, President Wyatt to depart. The management changes come as Polygon, which runs two of its most closely watched networks for scaling Ethereum transactions, in the midst of a rebrand to the next chapter of the corporate development known as Polygon 2.0. Polygon Labs, the company behind Polygon blockchain, promoted its chief legal officer, Mark Byron, to CEO and said that President Ryan Wyatt will step down at the end of July and serve as an advisory role. Byron's appointment signals our commitment to nurture and expand the global Polygon community of developers, builders, and users, according to the press release shared with CoinDesk. Rebecca Redig, who joined Polygon in February as the chief policy officer, will assume Byron's former role as chief legal officer. Co-founder Sadeep will serve as executive chairman. The management changes come as Polygon, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. All right. So the campaign has brought a flurry of announcements. Last week, Polygon called for coordination layer that will unify all of Polygon's chains. In July, Polygon also served the proposal aimed to upgrade its legacy POS chain to become compatible with zero-knowledge proof, or ZK proofs, a type of cryptography that has become one of the year's hottest blockchain trends, which is true. AI, proof of use will work, ZK rollups, So I found that very interesting. And Polygon needs to re-excite the ecosystem because the transactions on Polygon has diminished quite significantly. So I hope that they're able to re-excite the ecosystem and get some more users back to it. So now we're at the end of our stream. We're going to watch a little bit of some CNBC News, Crypto World. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please add me or send me a super chat. I think Mr. Red Panda Mining is going on next. Yes, at 12 p.m. As we continue to move forward and all these ice rivers get deployed. Ice River didn't want to send me a unit of these. I'm not part of the cool kids, but it seems that it's doing pretty good because you see some of the other miners out there have multiple, and it's doing its thing, right? It's doing pretty good as far as profitability right now. How would it pan out in the future with the emission schedule and increase in network difficulty? We'll see. But I think Casper is going to be fine when everything is said and done, even with the influx of ASICs onto the network. So we'll wait for Red Panda Mining to go live here in about 9 minutes, and I'm gonna play this for you while we chill out. Please at me in the chat or say whatever. Otherwise, hit the like button if you're done watching. Make sure you show some love. Follow me on Twitter, and again, check out Mining Disrupt, man. Come to Mining Disrupt. I know it's expensive. If anything planned for next year, I'll try to make it. I don't make any promises, but this is a very big opportunity. I missed the past few years, and I'm excited to see everybody. Ever since COVID, haven't been able to really catch up with anybody, so it will be good to see everybody. I hate the fact that they always put ads in front of us, but yeah. Let's just wait. Join the group on Twitter. Join the community.
Today, Bitcoin hits a 13-month high amid the institutional interest in crypto. FTX objects to BlockFi's bankruptcy plans, and Ether Capital CEO Brian Mossoff weighs in on the recent burst of applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs here in the US. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Jordan Smith. Crypto prices are pretty much flat today, with Bitcoin rising slightly, trading around $30,400 at around noon Eastern. Earlier this morning, Bitcoin touched a 13-month high following comments from Blackrock CEO Larry Fink on the firm's application for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Specifically, Bitcoin climbed to around $31,450, but gave back those gains after better-than-expected jobs data increased investor concerns around the path of interest rates. As of noon Eastern, Ether dropped less than 1%, trading close to $1,900, and Polkadot also dipped, trading at $5.15. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. The CFTC reportedly thinks that Celsius and its former CEO Alex Mashinsky broke U.S. rules by misleading investors. Bloomberg reports that the commission's enforcement unit found that Celsius should have registered with the CFTC and that Mashinsky also broke rules. It also reports that the agency could file a federal court case if a majority of commissioners agree with the unit's findings. Now, we reached out to the CFTC, Celsius, and a lawyer for Alex Mashinsky, but haven't heard back yet. At the same time this is happening, Celsius is still moving through with its bankruptcy, including a deal with a group of buyers dubbed Fahrenheit, which will take over the company, give it about $500 million.
By the way, I've been trying to keep you guys updated on that on Twitter. I'm one of the smaller individuals impacted by the Celsius bankruptcy, but I don't expect to get that Matic or whatever little bit I had in there. It would be nice. And last week I talked about how Celsius is trying to convert those smaller assets or tokens into Bitcoin and Ethereum. If they do that and draw out this legal proceeding or this bankruptcy filing, what I expect would happen is by the time they start paying people back would be the next bull run. And so the valuation, if they converted those assets because they got approval into Bitcoin or Ethereum, then they can, they'll have more money on deck to pay people faster. So you're not going to get your 2,000, 3,000 Matic. You're going to get point something of a Bitcoin or whatever of Ethereum.
In crypto and build mining facilities as part of the new business. Next, Valkyrie refiled with the SEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF, and it plans to use Coinbase as its surveillance partner to detect market manipulation. We told you yesterday that BlackRock also refiled its application and mentioned its own surveillance sharing partnership with Coinbase. The Wall Street Journal reports that the recent refilings come after the SEC felt the initial filings were inadequate. Valkyrie said Coinbase is the operator of the largest United States-based spot trading platform for Bitcoin, and that's the point that BlackRock also alluded to, noting that the exchange represents a significant portion of US-based Bitcoin trading. Last, FTX just objected to BlockFi's bankruptcy plans. In a filing submitted on Wednesday, FTX and its debtors claimed that it's fighting an attempt to subordinate or devalue their claims against the bankrupt crypto lender. FTX says BlockFi can't wave a magic wand and make the claims disappear. Bankrupt crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital also objected to the plan on July 5th for similar reasons. The SEC filed its own objection over which members of BlockFi's management would get releases. We reached out to BlockFi about these objections, but haven't heard back. All right, we told you earlier that Bitcoin touched its highest level in 13 months as the drumbeat for institutional demand grows louder. So for our main story, Crypto World's Talia Kaplan spoke with Brian Mosoff, the CEO of Ether Capital, which helped launch the world's first spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs a couple of years ago. He weighs in on the recent burst of applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs here in the US and what it means for the industry.
We've been hearing a lot about crypto ETFs recently. Last month, BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Other financial institutions like WisdomTree, Invesco, and Fidelity also proposed their own applications. But more than 2 years ago, your company, which is based in Canada, actually helped launch what you say was the world's first physically settled Bitcoin ETF. At the time, you called it a groundbreaking investment vehicle. Why did you think this was important back then? And what do you make of this recent push into crypto from financial institutions? What do you think that signifies?
We built the world's first Bitcoin spot ETFs with Purpose Investments a couple years ago because it's clear that the asset class is here to stay and people are looking for exposure points. A structured product like an ETF is more tax efficient. It abstracts away things like custody risk for the end user. And so for those who are institutions or retail investors who don't want to take on signing up on exchanges or figuring out how to custody the assets on their own, it's a far cleaner access point for those individuals. There was renewed interest in the space, certainly in the second half of 2020, as you saw Bitcoin go from just under $10,000 all the way up to in the mid 60,000 US range. And so we ended up with over $1 billion into those products. Alongside the Bitcoin ETF, we also launched with purpose investments in Ethereum ETF. And so, people are looking for access points. In the second half of 2020, there was renewed interest in the space following a prolonged bear market for a number of years. And I think as we move into the latter half of 2023 and 2024, you're seeing large US asset managers again recognize that the asset class is here to stay. They're going to be creating access points that their clients are going to want to purchase exposure through. And that's a good thing for the industry, and it's a good thing for the investors. It's good all around. Now the question is, when will the SEC be comfortable with bringing that type of a product to the US market?
Overall, has there been a lot of demand for your spot Bitcoin ETF and your Ethereum ETF since it was launched back in 2021?
Certainly at the outset of the ETF launches during a bull market, there was a lot of interest, a lot of money flowing into those two products. As things changed in the latter half of 2022, there was less buying and less intraday trading, but that's fine. These things ebb and flow, and crypto certainly moves in cycles. We're currently probably leaving the bear market and about to enter some type of bull, or at least sentiment is turning more positive. And so those products are on the shelf and they're there for when people are ready. Ether Capital, my company, is staking our own treasury. I think we're one of the only access points in the capital markets for staking exposure. And so again, we just need more of these type of products for investors to be able to access. We want them to be able to choose which access point is a.
People are lazy. People are lazy. They don't want to be their own custodian. They just want to keep it on some centralized platform to where, they got money, the money accrues or grows, and then they can spend it however they want. They don't care. They just want to be lazy. Same shit, different day. So it looks like Red Panda is going live here in a minute. Wonder if they're asleep. That is kind of annoying. I see what DJ Mines is saying. It's kind of annoying to have that down there. But yeah. So, positive and negatives. The community voted that the Bitcoin bull market is not here just yet. I tend to agree. We're still moving sideways. Binance still figuring out itself and dealing with struggles. Different assets, especially those in cloud storage or cloud computing, are growing, especially as the AI trend continues. By the way, I tweeted out something funny that I thought was funny. Y-Files, AI Apocalypse. Go check that out. I thought that was pretty interesting. Whether or not you believe it is up to you. I'll let you guys decide. But we'll see how things pan out. And I hope the Swift Army does not come after me. I was just saying positive things about Miss Swift and how luckily the FTX deal didn't go through. BlackRock is being BlackRock. ETF news is still ETF news. And Polygon president's swap. As Ryan goes down to an advisor, Mr. Byron promoted to CEO of Polygon. Polygon 2.0 hopefully will draw some new stuff in. We'll have to see how things pan out. But is Red Panda asleep? Let's see here. Red, you asleep? But yeah, yeah. Definitely check out the community. I'll prove some people. Oh, there we go. We got a poll. Someone has to get this thing rolling. What's your proof of work choice right now? There you go. Good job. Go vote on this real quick. Let's get this community going. Someone has to get this thing rolling. What is your proof of work choice right now? I'm going to say Caspa. also mining Bitcoin with my ASICs. And Doge / Litecoin. All right. I don't know what he's doing, but you guys go ahead on over there. Coming down from McDonald's Nugget Run. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And yeah, not much news popping off today. We'll see how things go. Keep your head down. Keep jiving. Most profitable cryptocurrency to mine video dropping probably Monday. But bear with me. And like I said, if some of you are interested in the whole personal updates, car situation, let me know in the comments or on Twitter or in the live chat. And I'll try to get an upload for that. If anything, we'll put it on the second channel, SerpentX Media, just to keep it separated and not confuse anybody. It's got the same logo, but I need to change that. So you got SerpentX Tech and SerpentX Media. I will link to it in the live chat right now. And if you're interested, let me know, and I will try to put. So I did try to upload some content on there to see, like, because I feel like I'm still like shadow banned. Like, not everybody's getting my notifications when I upload. But I'll post some random stuff on there. Not trying to make it an official channel of any type, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. But yeah, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button on the way out. Make sure to get subscribed, hit notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out some links in the description to support the channel and what we do here. I got to get to work. I do have parts ordered for the new vehicle. If you want to, again, update on that, let me know. And you just have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.
The MeterBox and Octominer are teaming up for another exciting giveaway. Win the latest proof of useful work, Octoserver E10, and X8 Ultra Plus and more. Introducing the limited edition Octominer Box Set by MeterBox. It includes the 125-volt and 250-volt meter boxes, a special NFT, stickers, and a keychain. Hurry, only 250 box sets available. Visit themeterbox.com now to secure yours today. Purchase the Octominer Box Set and unlock a secret code for 1,000 entries. Plus, earn an extra 1,000 entries and receive that collectible NFT. Don't miss out. The contest ends July 30th.